What a feast! The ultimate fish and chips. You're gonna want to watch this one, people.
Oh, that is incredible. For me, they're the perfect chip. I mean, the fish is crunchy on the outside, it's flaky on the inside.
Just do a double, triple check on the chips, yeah? Fish and chips, my national dish. Listen, I couldn't do it justice before, but now I'm gonna smash it out the park because we're gonna pay a lot of attention to the finer details of getting this right. First up, the perfect chip. You make your chips with Maris Piper potatoes. You got me? Don't choose another Maris Piper. Let's peel them. I don't stress about getting all the peel off. You could actually make these chips with leaving the peel on. Next up, get them sliced up and dropped into some cold water. Now, I don't worry about getting perfectly same sized chips, but on the whole, they're the same. So there is a little bit of trim, and that's fine. Now put the bowl under a running tap and let it run for 3 or 4 minutes, just to get rid of all the starch and get the water nice and clear again. Now get the chips into salted boiling water. Okay, so you want your chips on a gentle tickle. Yeah, you don't want them boiling really rapidly. You just want them on a little tickle because we're going to boil them until they're almost falling apart and they're really fluffy. Then we're going to pull them out. These look pretty gnarly, right? And they're actually really delicate straight out the hot water. But they're perfect because those gnarly bits, when they go into the high oil, will become so crunchy and so crispy. They will be the perfect chip. So delicately on to your tray, let them cool down, and then we're going to whack them in the fridge. So I did these yesterday, and now they're absolutely perfect. You want to have some time, you want them to sit in that fridge for as long as possible, so they will become really quite firm again. Like that was a delicate chip when it went in yesterday, but now it's holding together well. We're gonna fry these in beef dripping. Okay, so the lovely people at Coombe Farm sent me some beautiful beef dripping, which is what we're gonna fry your chips and your fish in. So let's get it into our fryer and then we can start frying. Okay, so I'm gonna fry a couple off just to do a test fry to check that I've got the oil right. Okay, now just come and have a look at these beauties. Now these are, so crunchy, but what they've got is they're nice and fluffy and soft on the inside, but then really crunchy on the outside. Oh mate, can't stop eating them. Okay, they are perfect. Let's get the rest into the fryer and then we can crack on with the fish. So those chips have now been in the beef dripping for about 6 minutes. They got nice and golden at 150. I'm gonna let them sit there and calm down. I'm gonna turn the oil up to 180 and then I'm gonna drop them in for a second fry. Right, now, fish and chips, it's a white fish. Coley, cod, pollock, halibut, whatever you really like. I'm using classic cod. One of the key things that you need to do is you need to lightly salt it. And you do that for 2 reasons. One, to season the fish, but you do it an hour before to bring out some of that moisture to firm the fish up. So let's set that aside and crack on with the batter. We're gonna make the batter for the fish now. Getting the batter right makes or breaks this dish. I'm gonna use an IPA from one of my favorite breweries, and that flavor's gonna really help the batter. We're also making a beer batter. We're not making a tempura batter. It's quite a heavy batter. So let's get this right by starting off and sifting some rice flour. 1/3 of rice flour to 2/3 self-raising flour, and we sift it to get air into the batter. Okay, then, yeah, that's beer, it's beer. Okay, so now we're gonna gradually add this in. Okay, now this is a Heston tip, but we want some vodka in there. It's got a high alcohol level, so when it hits the hot oil, it evaporates immediately and makes the batter super crunchy. So you want about 25 mils of vodka into the batter. Okay, so it's really, right, you want to have double cream consistency where it's ribboning. That's perfect. Now let's get the fish out of the fridge. Okay, so the fish now has firmed up really nice. You can feel that it's more robust. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take the skin off this cod with a filleting knife. So there we go. No meat left on the skin. Now trim this down. Then just with your finger, run it through the fish and you'll notice that there's some little pin bones, tiny little bones in there. Just grab them. Tweezers works best, but I haven't got any. And just pull them out. You're just getting those out of the cod. So I'm now going to portion this into two. I want nice big fillets. So I'm just going to cut them on the slant in half. Season some plain flour with a little bit of salt. Just mix that in. And then I'm going to take the cod, dip it in the flour so that it allows the batter to take to it. Right, moment of truth. So get your cod, dip it into our batter, let it drain any excess, and then when it starts dripping, hold it in to your beef dripping. Just let it start frying and then let it in and bombs away. And we've got that at 150. Two quintessential accompaniments with fish and chips, tartar sauce and mushy peas. Now, tartar sauce, follow this. So, I've got 3 anchovy fillets that are finely diced up. I've got 4 nice sized gherkins and the same amount of capers, and they've all been put into the bowl. Now I'm gonna add a good chunk of diced banana shallots, a load of flat leaf parsley that's been finely chopped, add those in, and then I've got these boiled eggs that are just gooey on the middle. Dice those through and get that in. It's a bit messy, but that's absolutely fine. Just going to put about 4 good dollops of mayo in there. Zest a lemon. You just want half of that lemon in there, and then I'm just going to slice it up and squeeze a little bit of that in. Then you want some salt, pepper, and then we're just going to bring all those ingredients together. And there you've got super chunky, super tasty tartar sauce. Now, let's crack on with the mushy peas. Next up, mushy peas. Now, not everybody will know about mushy peas because it is quintessentially the British accompaniment. It's delicious, it's simple, and we're gonna do it with some beautiful mint, which is best mates with peas. So, first off, I've got some banana shallots, which I've diced. I'm gonna fry those in some butter. Drop some frozen peas into boiling water, bring it back up to the boil, and then drop a good bunch of mint in there. Cook until the peas are cooked, then drain. Let's get the peas in with the shallots. Okay, so you've got your butter, your sweet shallots, your sweet, beautiful peas. Now we're gonna get some freshly sea salted, salty happiness. Yes, that is a term. We're gonna get some freshly cracked pepper in there. And then you want about 2 tablespoons of double cream, and we're gonna mush that in. You don't have to put the double cream in. I do to make it just really indulgent. Like, that's a great side order anyway to go with anything. Okay, now I'm gonna mush everything down. Okay, so get yesterday's paper, get that ready, because in the UK, fish and chips is traditionally served in yesterday's newspaper, and then we're gonna go and get the chips to drop on. Okay, now I've dropped it onto some kitchen roll just to get rid of the excess fat, and then let's get it onto the chips. How amazing is that? Bloody feast. I can't wait to get stuck into it. Oh, how much? How much? Come on, how much? Listen, I reckon it's $6.50 all flipping day. Look at it. But if you're loving it, then subscribe to the channel, increase the piece, come down and spread the love of Food Busker. Right, let's do it. Go for it, go for it, go for it. just do a double, triple check on the chips, yeah? Like for me, right, the chips, you've got all this like gnarliness there, but then they just snap in your hands and then crunch as hell in your gob, right? So first off, what's it saying to you?
Chips
Crispy.
are crispy, beautiful, fluffy inside, but crunchy on the outside. I mean, the fish is crunchy on the outside, it's flaky on the inside, that's what you want.
Chips are really crispy.
Could we say these are the best chips you've ever
A bit
had?
oily.
They're okay.
Crispy.
You think they're too oily?
A little bit. Yeah.
Not for me.
I'm
they're
not sure
great.
you know what you're going on about. If I'm honest.
For me, they're the perfect chip.
Perfect
We're
chip?
from the seaside. So
There,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go. Okay. And
Try another one then.
what are you saying about the fish?
It's good.
Well, that's good. Right, so what would you pay for a whole fish and chips?
I would pay. I'd pay £10.
£10? £10. Good and strong.
I think tenner from how good the fish is.
Boom, boom, loving it. How much would you pay?
6.
I knew it was going to be lower than tenner. I knew it. Just something told me it was going to be lower. Okay, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for hanging around.
Thank
Good on
you.
you. Pleasure. Now, if you're going to cook on the street, you're going to meet the odd nutter. 2-1, it's just the way it is. But listen, people, they really are the ultimate fish and chips. Check it out, come down, get involved, and have some chips.